Okay, one-step equations. Equations, remember, have an equal sign in them. And so the whole point or purpose of an equation is to find the value of the unknown. And when we have an unknown in math, we make it a variable. Now, a variable can be anything. It can be any letter that we want. It can even be a symbol. Okay, when we have an equation, we want to make certain that we keep it balanced, just like on a scale. I need to add the same thing or subtract the same thing on each side to keep them equal. Okay, so the first thing you want to do when you're solving an equation is draw yourself a line between each side of your equation. So in order to keep it balanced, I have to do the same thing on each side. I want the p by itself, and so I'm going to move this 3. Well, in order to move the 3, I have to do the opposite. Right now, this is a plus 3. So to make it go away, I need to subtract 3. Okay. If I do that on this side, I must do it on the other side. And so I keep them balanced. Okay. And so this is gone. I'm only left with p equals to 5. Let's look at this one. This one has negative signs in it. But again, I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to draw a line dividing each side of my equation. Now, m is over here by itself, and that's what I want. It has no coefficient in front of it, so I just need to move this 9 away from it. Right now, this is 9 is being subtracted, so it's minus 9. If I want the opposite, if I want it to go away and equal 0, I'm going to add it back, right? Because negative 9 plus 9 would give me 0. Okay. Negative 13 plus 9. Now, these have different signs, so I can take the difference and keep the sign of the larger number, okay? The difference between 13 and 9 is 4. 13 is bigger than 9, and it's negative. So my answer is going to be negative 4. Now, this minus 0 is not necessary. I can get rid of that, and I'm left with m is equal to negative 4. Okay, let's talk about fractions and multiplication. Here we have a fraction. A fraction is simply telling us to divide, and the opposite of division is to multiply. And so we're going to multiply by the reciprocal, and the reciprocal would look like this. Okay? And again, because I want to keep it balanced, if I do it on one side, I must do it to the other. Now, I can force any whole number into a fraction, just so that you can see. We just multiply straight across when we're talking about fractions. So really all we have is 11 times 16. Well, 11 times 16 is 176. Now, if I had multiplied 1 times 1, that would have given me 1. And I don't have to put this over 1 because I know that it would still divide out to 176. Now, what happened over here, though? These are gone. And k times 1 would give me, or k over 1 would give me just k. And so k is equal to 176. Now, this here is being multiplied because anytime I have a variable beside a number, it's telling me to multiply. The opposite of multiplication is to divide. And so to get rid of that 14 away from the k, because I want k by itself, I'm going to divide it out. And so if I do it on one side, I must do it on the other. 14 divided by 14 is 1. This is 1k. I don't need to write the number 1 in front of it because it's understood that that is only 1k. And then negative 126 divided by 14, a negative divided by a positive is a negative. And negative 126 divided by 14 is 9.